Bless one, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Daily Energy. The day is Ari Janu T-Twin Den Nom. Ari Janu T-Twin Den Nom. It is a day that's bringing in hope. It's a day that's bringing in inspiration. It's bringing in fulfillment. It's bringing in faith. It's bringing in all the necessities that we need to be filled. We are entering Aquarius season, and Aquarius is we're water bearers. We hold the cup. People are going to be able to fulfill their thirst by what they are able to drink from you. You are a leader by nature. When people seem to lose their way, and this is not just for Aquarius, we hold the water. But we're air, you see? Some of you are water. So this applies to you as well. And when people are not able to find their way, water is so significant because it cuts through the hard parts. And it makes way. It leaves a trail. And so you become a trailblazer. You are a provider. You are a star, Aquarius. You bring in hope. And so from January the 20th to February the 18th, that's what we're going to see being brought in. It's more of that hope. Now it's really time to get it, Aquarius. You wasn't in your season at your right time, but now you're in your season at your right time for the next 2,000 years or so, huh? So there's going to be this shift in the atmosphere. There's going to be a shift in the atmosphere. And so today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s observation day. So it's a day that we observe and remember his efforts. Observe and remember how he paved the way. And he said, without saying it, I will get there. I will get there somehow. I'll cross that river. Nothing stopping me now. I'll get through the Nile and make it through to the other side. That's what he said without saying. He said, I've been in these chains for so long. I'll be free and I'll be just where I belong. Hold my head up high and stand tall. And I swear this time I won't forget that I'll get through this. No matter what it takes, I know no limitations. I'll reach my destination. I will get there. I will get there. I will get there somehow. So that's you, my baby. And that was him. He said, I will get there. Okay, he didn't really say that. Boys to Men really said that in The Prince of Egypt, because you know that's my jam. Many nights I pray with no proof anyone could hear. You see, and that's my jam. That's my jam. I feel like that was one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. Okay. So this is the energy that we have coming in today. Let me go ahead and read you this energy. Before I read it, I want you to know that if you are not organized in the season of Aquarius is a good time to organize, Aquarius. If you feel like you can't focus, if you feel like you can't concentrate, there's a reason why you feel like you can't focus, you can't concentrate. Okay? It's because you are not organized. You don't have a structure. And for us, it's so important. We're for energy. It's so important that we have some kind of organization and some kind of structure. I know we don't focus on comfort, but it's so important that we get to a place that we get a little bit comfortable, because our comfort, our idea of comfort is not other people's idea of comfort. So it's not trying to live up to another person's standards. It's not trying to compare yourself to others. It's you getting to the point to where you have enough to do what you must. And you won't have enough to do what you must if you keep giving it all away. And I'm not talking about your humanitarian efforts, because, it's just our nature. But you can't be selfish or selfless without first taking care of self. You see? I used to do it too. And I'm going to be honest, I still do it from time to time. But I'm getting better at it. Because I realize that while I'm helping everybody else pay their bills, some of my bills are going unpaid. And that's when you know you got a problem. And so I have to switch around. And I'm going to tell you, some people ain't going to like it. And they are going to have to get to know you again. They're not going to understand why it is that now you done practiced your now no, and now you know how to say no. But it's go season. We're not play no more. And I think it was, who was that? Denzel Washington. He said something along those lines as well. And he was talking about the phases of life, because life happens in phases. I don't know if you know that. And I'm going to share those phases with you coming up here pretty soon. Not too soon, but pretty soon. But life happens in phases. And so he shared the first three phases. He clumped it into three phases. And, basically, he was telling you basically what to do in that first phase. But it's really about focus. Okay. But really, truly, the first phase is not really focus. I'm telling you, first phase is your youthfulness, your naivety. That's really the first phase. And then you go into self-discovery, and then you start trying to figure some stuff out. And then you yearn to be fulfilled. And that's what season you are in now. There's going to be a lot of self-discovery, a lot of people asking questions like, why me? Why me, God? Who am I? What am I here to do? What is my purpose? And once you start asking those questions, you are now asking the right questions, because you're going to start asking the questions that's going to basically cause the box to kick you out. They're going to say, get out this box, because you don't belong in here. We don't want you in here. To the point where the box say something, you too eccentric, okay? Get out my box. And they don't understand them not wanting you is the best thing they could have did for you. So don't get in your woe is me when people don't accept you. Understand them not wanting you is the best thing they could have did for you. Because when they kicked you out of that box, they threw you into his arms. They kicked you out of that box and they threw you right into his arms. And so when they threw you into his arms, you asked him, he said, why God? Why me? Why do I have to go through all of this? And you're going to realize as you continue to go why you had to go through that. You take all that blame, all that shame, and you start to put it on paper. You start to put it on paper. You get it out of you. Put it on paper so you can see what it is. See what it looks like. And then you're going to realize that it was creating the uniqueness of you. You've been writing your testimony. And you will see how beautiful that difficult time in your life has transformed when you put your hands on it and God put his hands on it and made it something. Now let me tell you what I mean when I say you put your hands on it, because sometimes you got to take your hands off of it and let God put his hands on it. But sometimes you got to put your hands on it. Okay, so let me tell you what I mean by that. I mean that sometimes we wait for God to do the things that we need to do for ourselves. God will give you the information, but it's up to you to apply the information that God gives you, that the divine gives you. So when you start asking the right questions, when you start asking why me, God, who am I? What is my purpose in life? Those are the right questions. When you start asking and you start looking at those inside the box like something is wrong with them now, as they used to look at you like something was wrong with you. Now you looking at them like, ooh, child. If you only knew where that box is sitting, you wouldn't still be in it. You see, now you can look at that box and say, ooh, if you only knew where that box was sitting, you wouldn't still be in it. If you only knew what the entity looked like that was carrying that box, you would not still be in that box. And when you step outside the box, you now will be able to see things for what they are and not what they appear to be. But the struggle at this time is trying to figure out, how do I work through that now? How do I get past that now? Because you still think you're it, because you still don't know who you are. So you think your identity lies in the box with those that kicked you out. But your identity was never in that box. It was never in that box. It's in you. And so now you go on this journey and you're asking these questions, because when you ask, asking it shall be given, seeking you shall find, knocking the door shall be opened unto you. When you ask, he's just not going to tell you. Baby, if you know Father like I know Father, you're going to know that he is not just going to tell you, he's going to begin to show you. He's going to begin to show you. And he'll tell you stuff like he told me. He said, leave. And at first, I didn't know who it was talking to me at first. Because when I first started hearing that little voice in my ear, okay, because it starts happening about 6, 7 years old. I heard that little voice in my ear talking about leave. Little but powerful. Okay, I ignored it. And then he started teaching me. I went and I started thieving in this world. Okay. I didn't have to, but I did. I had met this group of people in the box and I wanted to fit in the box. And so we started 5-finger discounting. Some of y'all know what that is. We started 5-finger discounting. And I went with them about 3 times. And it was a group of us. And we would go to these stores and we would 5-finger discount. And it was like, I want to say it was the first store that I actually got out of the car and went with them. And I'll never forget this. I'm all dressed in my suit. I had on a suit, y'all, because I always knew I was going to be somebody. And I still know it, okay? And so I had on this suit. And, all the rest of them are dressed like they dress. And so I'm like just in there and I'm shopping, putting stuff on my person. And then I go into the dressing room, acting like I'm going to try it out, thinking I'm finna really steal. And I get in there and I'm telling you, this ain't nobody but God. This woman comes in there and she says, why are you doing this? She don't even know what. She just said, why are you doing this? She said, You don't have to do this. She said, I promised you, if you put everything back, I will not call the police. Now, I'm in the dressing room, and this woman comes in the dressing room. Out of all the other girls that she could have went to, she came to me in that dressing room. And she said, if you put it back, I will not call the police. Baby, I put everything back. I got out that stove, and she said, promise me you never do it again. I promised. But the next day I was in that car with them again. But that day, I didn't get out the car. Honey, when I tell you, everybody that went in, except me and the driver, went to jail. They went to jail. And I know that wasn't nothing but the grace of God. And so, this is how, no, that's not how it went. That's not how it went. The next day I sat in the car. Okay, the next day I sat in the car, they went into another store, and only one person got caught that day. Okay, only one person got caught that day. But the next time they came, this is what I did, y'all, because, I sure did. So, at this point, God has told me several times, leave. No, this time he didn't say leave. That was before he was saying leave. This time he said, don't go. He said, don't go. And I said, okay, yeah, I know I'm a little bit hard-headed at times. He said, don't go. And I went anyways. But after that third don't go, I thought about baseball, and I was like, 3 strikes, you are out. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I told my cousin Gwen, I said, Gwen, they're going to come over here and they're going to look for me. And when they come, I want you to tell them that I'm sick. I got diarrhea. I can't go. And because I don't like to lie, I wouldn't have sat on the toilet to make it at least seem like it's the truth. And so they came looking for me that day. They came and knocked on the door. I heard her telling them that I couldn't go. But baby, that's the day that all of them but the driver got arrested. You see? So you got to learn to listen to that voice that speaks to you once you know who the voice is that's talking to you. See, the voice of God is never going to cause you to do something that's going to cause somebody else harm. But he's going to cause you to do something that's going to elevate your position in life, that's going to help you ascend and become. So you got to learn how to listen to that voice. And so at this point in time, when he's telling me to leave, I'm not trying to leave because I'm in a relationship right now. I'm in this relationship with this guy that I thought I loved for 5 years, thinking he was going to be the one to marry me. Oh, but was I wrong? And I was trying to hold on as long as I could. But until I started being whooped left to right, whooped left to right, whooped left to right, whooped left to right. And that's why Farrakhan would say something along those lines about the divine whooping you back to play in place when you get out of place. Oh, was that an accurate statement? Because it's not really the divine chastising you, it's you chastising yourself by not being obedient. That's why when Father tells me to do something, I'm like, okay, just give me, can you give me 3 seconds though? Can you give me a minute or 2? I'm gonna do it, but I just need some time. But, it's just like when he had me put my face out here. And for those of you who actually know me, I appear to be social half the time, but really I'm an introvert. I don't like people all the time, but I love them, you see? But I don't like to be around you. I don't like to be in that box for too long. If I stay around you too long, sometimes y'all start to put me in a box and you think that I'm supposed to be there. I'm just visiting. I don't stay in that box. I'm just visiting these lower levels right now. I'm not going to stay down here with you for long because I come from up, okay? Reefy or freefy, fire for fire. That's who you are, chosen. You're fire for fire. You're that water that cuts through. You're the air that blows a fresh wind, that moves the seeds around. Okay? You're the earth that produces fruit. Reefy or reefy. Okay? So that's why it's so important that you understand that you might not be there now, but you're going there, okay? You're getting there. So it's so important that you adapt. That you adapt. You don't get it, you don't understand it, but adapt. Use that hard part of you to create and carve the life that you want. Overcome. It wasn't easy. And it's not going to be easy for some of you. But it is definitely necessary for your becoming. So he's going to send you out because he's not going to just tell you. He's going to begin to show you. Once you ask the right questions and once you step outside of that box, now he's going to say, follow me. He's not going to wait for anybody else to come outside of that box. And you shouldn't either. Because it's about a relationship. It's about you and he. You and him. You and her. You and her. It's about a relationship. Between you and the divine. All right, so it is a day to improvise and adapt when you feel you do not have enough and feel stuck and insecure. When you feel stuck, and you're only insecure when you do what? You're insecure when you start comparing yourself to others. Because you see that you don't have what they have. But baby, they got a box. That means their spirit is contained in something their spirits were never meant to be contained in. See, the Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. But how can you be fruitful and multiply when you're contained in a box? How can you upgrade when you're contained in a box? How can you shine at a level of solar magnitude when you're stuck in a bulb? And you have been decreased down to an ember. But the one thing that they don't understand about that ember, my baby, is that it can still ignite. Baby, start to burn bright, okay? All right? So don't compare yourself to others. All right? Be secure in who you are. It is a day to liberate yourself and focus on your craft. So this day brings in creative energy. So today is a day, the energy overall is a day to create. What you create today is going to benefit you tomorrow. What you create, it's going to cause you to make. You understand what I'm saying? What you create is going to cause you to make. It's going to cause you to make the life that you want, so to speak. Create the life that you want. It's going to cause you to make some money, as we do need money right now in this time to be as effective as we need to be, chosen. so that we can be competitive, chosen. But I'm not talking about competitive as competing, because we don't really need to compete. So I don't want you to think that I'm talking about that. So get where I'm going. We don't defeat the devil without knowing the devil. And in order to defeat the devil, we have to have better than the devil. We have to become greater than the devil. We have to have enough to divide the house. Okay? So this is about dividing the house. This is how we overcome him. This is how we defeat him. We can no longer let our lights be dim and play small. We now have to stand in our power and take back our position. And so we can't stay at his feet. We have to rise up higher and take back the positions that belong to us. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I speak in authority now. And I have embraced my ego. And I say, I know who I am. And I know what I'm here to do. That's the same type of confidence that you must have. And that's because you don't compare yourself to anybody else. Because now you know that you are in a space all by yourself. You're in a body pretty much all. Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that. Let me take that back. Belay my last. But you're in a lane of your own. Let's say that. And you're not competing with anyone else. And anybody that's on your lane, know that they're following you. They're meant to follow you. Okay? And at some point, we come together. And when we come together, we follow the leader. You see? Because in order for you to lead, you must learn how to follow. And so this process that you've been going through, this listening to God, this listening to the divine that tells you to leave, that's in your ear, that's telling you to do this, do that. He's teaching you how to follow him, not follow man, because they will take you back into that box. You're not of that box. You're outside of that box. So you follow him, and he'll take you to through all of these lessons. And this is how you learn who you are, what you're here to do. And he's not going to tell you necessarily how to do it. But he's going to give you what you need. Okay? All right. So don't compare yourself to everyone else. Don't compare yourself to nobody else, because you're unique. That's what you are. Okay? You're unique. All right? Feel you don't have enough. You feel stuck and insecure. Okay? You must adapt. When you feel like you don't have enough, you feel stuck and you feel insecure. The only reason why you feel stuck is because you're still in that box. Because those of us who are outside of that box, we ain't stuck. We see the world like, woo, woo. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. You mean to tell me this? Wow. It's been like this all alone? Like, I mean, we just get giddy with it, don't we? I mean, eyes wide open. Oh, now we know what it means to be a babe in Christ. And now we know what it means to be on milk. And now we see all this meat. Even though a lot of us won't eat it. We see it. All right, that was an analogy, okay? That was a metaphor or what have you, okay? So for those of you who are vegan, settle down, okay? It is a day to liberate yourself and focus on your craft. Liberate. That's that feeling of liberation. When you're liberated, you can stretch your wings and fly. And then Father told me one time, I was like, Father, where are my wings? What happened to my wings? Where's my coat? I can't find my coat. And he said, you never needed those wings. You never needed those wings to fly. You mean to tell me I never needed those wings to fly? No. You never needed those wings to fly. So you don't need those wings to fly. You have other methods of soaring, okay? Remember, those who create will make, and more specifically, they will make their lives better. It is a day to share your charming smile, to share your charming smile, and know that you were born with what it takes. Running through and leaping over, running through and I'm running, I'm running. I'm running through and leaping over. I'm running through and leaping over. Hey, hey, go, 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 go. You better run, 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 run. You better run, 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 run. Leap, leap, leap over. I cracked myself up. See, I cracked myself up. But that's what y'all, that's like a song that I just, because my favorite saying is like, well, one of my favorite things that I say is run through and leap over. And so one day I started standing in a mirror and I said, running through and leaping over, running through. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running through and leaping over. I thought I was Tina Turner that day. I'm running through and leaping over. Hey, hey, run, 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 jump, 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 jump. Keep going. Keep going. Run, 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 run. Okay, enough of that. So you get it, right? Keep going, all right? You're better, all right? It is a day to share your charming smile and know that you were born with what it takes. Overcome your lack of confidence by embracing the unique aspects of you and put those aspects on display. All right. All right. This is me. So please accept me for who I am. Please accept me for what I'm. That's all the part I know. That's Lloyd, I think. But it's like one of my favorite songs, but I ain't heard it in a while. But this is me. So please accept me for who I am. But guess what? If you don't accept me, guess what? I'm still going to be me. If they don't accept you, guess what? You should still stew. You still should be you. Because the word Gore has what? 4 letters, not 4 people. The word you has what? 3 letters, not 3 people. All right. And embracing the unique aspects of you is you embracing your authenticity. You're authentic at that point. And your purpose is hidden inside of your authenticity. Your purpose is hidden inside of your authenticity. So your purpose is hidden inside of your authenticity. So you embrace the uniqueness. You embrace that uniqueness. And if they don't accept you for who you are, still put the real you on display like, look. Look, baby. He watching, ain't he? Oh, I know he watching. This is me. So I don't care if you accept me for who I am. But this is still me. Put you on display. Okay? Because those who like it gonna like it. And those who don't ain't gonna like it because they ain't never liked you. Why? Because you have something they don't have. Confidence in you. And then what do they try to do? They try to pull you off your high horse so they can do what? Pull you off that high horse so they can get on your horse and run off with all your stuff in the sunset. Okay? So say to the world, that's what you are. And so if you don't like it, you don't accept it, that's your problem. That's a you problem, not a me problem. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing in this season. We're embracing it. Okay? So embrace it. But if you don't, I'm going to be me anyway. You will only feel a lack when you compare. So you must not compare yourself to others. Instead of comparing, learn, adapt, and perfect. Learn, adapt, and perfect. Don't compare. Learn, adapt, and perfect. I know people say, There's nothing imperfect. There's nothing perfect. There's nobody perfect. This is where they get it wrong. And without going too much on a tangent, because I'll tell you about this another day, I'm sure. Without going too much of a tangent, I want you to know that you might not be perfect. And nobody that you know of might not be perfect. But that does not give you permission not to strive for perfection internally. See, oftentimes when we hear people say, I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, they're settling for less than perfect. And so they don't try to make themselves better. They don't try to work on themselves because they settle in imperfection and they say, this is me. Please accept me for who I am. Not realizing that they have not even met themselves yet. That is not you. You are Reefy or Freefy, fire for fire. You are a light being. You are spirit. And the thing that you're calling you is weighing your spirit down. Not allowing your spirit to soar. Not allowing your spirit to be free. Not allowing you to be free and liberated. That's not who you are. So even though you have those imperfections inside of yourself, you strive to be perfect. Because the perfect are the pure. And these are the people that strive for perfection that will one day be perfect in the kingdom. Some of y'all don't understand. I'll talk more about that at a later date. Okay, you may feel all over the place at times, but that is simply because you are an artist. Your organization will not look like other people's organizations. So you're an artist. You see, you go into a room of an artist and they got stuff everywhere. You're like, whoa, child, you need to clean up. But they don't understand that mess is a part of your artistry. You have all these colors and paintings and everywhere. It looks messy because they don't get it. But in this season, you need to clean to the point to where you're comfortable, to an extent to where you can focus and you can concentrate. That's what it's all about, where you can focus and you can concentrate. As long as you're able to produce, that's what matters most. Produce. Because we can't play small anymore. All right? Can't play small anymore. All right? So that's what matters most. Put what affects you on paper. Put it on paper, like I said before, so you can see what it looks like. And you can see how it all comes together to create a beautiful mosaic, a beautiful decoupage. Because I know some of you say I'm broken inside, and you're not broken, baby. And maybe you are. Maybe you have been broken, okay? Maybe you are, because I've been broken. But you know what it means to be broken down to dust? I have been broken down to dust. You know what that means? Uh-oh. When somebody's been broken down to dust, that means the only thing you can do to me and with me is use me. And that means use me to make something. Use me to create something. You see what I mean? That's the only thing you can do. You cannot beat down my self-esteem. You cannot tell me I'm less than because I know who I am. You cannot take away my God. You can't tell me that there's no God because I've met him. I met them, and to be honest, but it's the three working together as one. So when you've been broken down to dust and you've overcome all of that, you are now a threat to both sides because you stand in the middle. That's what I tell people. I'm a threat to both sides because I stand in the middle. I'm the enemy of both sides because I stand in the middle. Neither one of them like me because I'm not here nor there. And you ain't got to because this is me. So I don't care if you like me, if you're not. This is me. All right. Sign on him. But this is what you get. You see how I'm liberal and free here? I say what I want to say when I want to say it. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. If I want to smile, I'm going to smile. If I don't. But I cannot be contained because I'm no longer in that box. And this is the goal for you, Chosen, because we have to move. We have to come together and be on the move. All right? So we can no longer play small. Now, in a vision that I seen, they still chase us. But I will never let them catch you. Okay? I will never let them catch you. All right. So, and I say that because that's what I did in the vision that I saw of you. Some of you, I saw you in a vision. I know who my tribe is, and I saw you. So when I tell you God has pointed some of y'all out, I can look at you and I say, oh my gosh, I saw you. I know you. I saw you in a vision, friend, and I saw you there. I know you're going to get there because I saw you. And when I tell you I'm not going to allow you, leave you behind, I'm not going to leave you behind. Some of us didn't make it. Some of the people I saw didn't make it. But for those of you that listen, you're going to make it. We're going to make it after all. You're going to make it, okay? Okay, there are methods here, okay? Methods that you should use, okay? But create with your shame. Get out of your blame. Use it to make that. That's what I meant when I said before about using this to make that. There are methods to your madness, and you take your time because you are a boss. So no, you're not late. No, you're not behind. You strategically took your time because you're analytical by nature. You like to dissect in this phase that you're on. You like to dissect because you need to be able to see, because you need to be able to know, because you need to be able to one day teach. And at this point, you become both the student and the teacher. I'm a teacher, but I'm yet a student. I'm still a student. I'm learning from many of you, and I'm most definitely learning from my Father. I'm learning from spirit. But before I learn from man, I always learn from spirit. Because when man has failed me and let me down and disappointed me at every turn, I'm telling you, when you know, baby, don't you know? Because I see that hand that reached down and grabbed me and picked me up. And it wasn't a hand of man that reached down and grabbed me up. It was the hand of spirit. It was the hand of divine. So I don't care who says anything about me. Because when I was down there, you looked at me, you kicked me while I was down, you spit on me, and you wasn't there for me. But my Father, he picked me up. Spirit, they picked me up. So that's what that's about. So you called me crazy. But Father said, if they gonna call you crazy, you might as well be crazy for the kingdom. You might as well be crazy for God. If they gonna call you crazy, let them call you crazy on purpose for a reason. Use this to make that. I said, use this craziness to make those that are really crazy say, ain't. Baby, use this to make that. All right. Ooh, she on one today. You were born with what it takes and able to endure all the obstacles you face. All of them. Because he will never put more on you than you can bear. No, he'll never put more on me than I can bear. I said never, never put more on me than I can bear. Okay, I'm on it today. Okay, I'm almost done, y'all. Share your charm and your humor. Yes, share your charm and your humor. You shouldn't trust everybody, but you shouldn't be suspicious of everybody either. You hear that? You shouldn't trust everybody. Oh, you gotta watch. You gotta watch. Yes, you gotta watch. But you shouldn't be suspicious of everybody either. Because what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yes. Just don't stay there long after the friend is defeated. Go your way. Be compassionate, but do not put yourself too much at risk. That is about you doing for others, but you cannot be selfish or selfish without first taking care of self, without first being self. You must first be self before you can either be selfless or selfish. That means take care of what you need first. Commit to you first. Took me a long time to figure that out, but commit to you first. And then after you reach where you need to reach, you can reach back and you can reach out. Are you going to lose some people along the way? Yes, indeed, my baby. You are going to lose some people along your way. Some people are going to, well, no. Let's take that back, because you didn't lose nothing. You didn't lose them. Baby, they lost you. They don't even know it. You didn't lose them. They lost you. If you appear to be too tough, you will be hard for many to swallow. Today, be flexible. Be flexible. Today, be flexible. You know what that meant? Flexible. We're going to use that. We're going to use that. Be flexible. Be flexible and faithful at the same time. Be flexible. I made it different. Okay. Know your worth. Know your worth. Find direction and find balance. Okay. Know your worth. Find direction and find balance. When you know your worth, you can say, nope, I didn't lose you. You lost me. So when someone wants to walk out of your life, baby, let them go. Let them go. And sometimes you got to push people out that want to stay, but they ain't trying. They ain't trying to be good for you. They just trying to get all up in your way. They take that obstacle and they see your path and they'll stand right there as an obstacle for you to have to overcome. And that's when you running through and leaping over, I'm running. I'm running through and leaping over. Okay, anyways. I love you, Google one. Hearts go out. You get a heart. You get a heart. You get a heart. Hearts go out. Hearts go out. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.